Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Golia. I am an actor, singer, and creator here in Los Angeles, and I am so excited to be here with singer-songwriter, vocalist, and illustrator, Magenta. Hello, Magenta. How are you doing?
Hi, Emily. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am so great. I'm so excited to have you here with us. Before we get started, I'm going to show you a quick video.
You say goodbye, not even going to try to get you out on the dance floor. Disco lights shining across my eyes. I'm getting down on the dance floor with or without. Nothing I say, nothing I can do, Mr. Chow. Say once more to give me the more 'cause I know. Nothing to see in the story of Mr. Chow. Think about you like I always do, it's nothing new.
Okay, I love that. All of your music is such like good feels. That wasn't even like a real sentence, but you know what? It's just
That's
like
all right.
everything is like it's such a bop. I love everything. That was Mr. Chow. Can you tell me about how that song came to be and about the video?
Sure. So I'm a session singer, songwriter, which means I collaborate with many different producers. The song that you just played was called Mr. Chow, and that was a collaboration between myself and a producer in Portland, Oregon. His name is Jason Wan, also known as Scenes. And he asked me to write the lyrics, do the melody, as well as sing. And it was inspired by Italo disco, as well as just like my own personal experiences. So I really like to put my own feelings into the song. It was very much speaks from my heart, the words in that song about saying goodbye and letting go and things like that, but it's also really danceable too.
Right. I know. I'm like, oh
So
my God, it was good feels. Oh,
yeah, oh,
I
I'm
feel
so
like it
glad you
is.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jason Wan really likes Italo disco too. We both do. So it was a really good collaboration, that particular song. Enjoyed
Oh,
it.
awesome. So where were you born and when did you start songwriting and realize that this was your path?
Well, thank you. Actually, I was born in Rhode Island. I came up here to Maine for the Maine College of Art. So I got my degree in illustration, but I've always been a musician. So when I was young, I did a lot of choirs, a cappella groups, musical theater,
Nice.
all of
Yeah.
that stuff. I've sung, I've been a wedding singer, I've been a session singer. I've sung for funerals as well. I still am available to do those services. The singing, songwriting, the songwriting aspect hasn't really happened up until a couple of years ago when I got approached by a music producer from Aztec Records in Italy. The producer is in Italy. Aztec Records is in the UK. His name is Fulvio Colasanto, and he's just great. He approached me, heard some of my samples online, and said, we'd really love to work with you. He had heard some of my Italo disco stuff. I had done some work for an Italo disco producer, and that was singing, not songwriting, but this particular part was he wanted me to write the lyrics and the melody. And I had done music writing for myself in the past. I've never released anything yet, but this was like a new challenge for me, and I decided to take it on. And I said, I've been writing, I'm a writer too. I journal a lot, and so it's just taking a lot of that same writing out your feelings and just seeing how that goes with music. And I think having a background and a classical foundation, classical piano and singing, that kind of naturally lended itself to songwriting. And I was like, I'm just going to go for this. And I'm really glad that I did, because now I've had the opportunity to write melodies and lyrics for a few producers. And we'll probably be doing some more in the next coming years as well. So I
Yeah,
hope
I
that
hope
answers the
so.
question. It's kind of
Oh
hard to
my
hear
God.
with these on because I'm not hearing my own audio back into it. So trying to.
Yeah, we gotta have one off.
Right.
Oh
So yeah,
no.
I do the recording right at home. There's like my
Oh my
little,
gosh, look at
I
you.
got it right
Look at
there.
that.
It's I do it right at home, and I taught myself how to
Sounds
do
so
that,
good.
because it's expensive to go into a studio. So I've created like my own little studio, and I've got like a little
Yeah.
rug and
Yeah, I mean, people like, if the pandemic did anything for recording artists,
Mm,
it's like you got to have your own setup.
yeah,
Like
for
I'm
sure.
also a session singer, and
Oh, that's
we
great.
did so many sessions in.
Yeah.
I have a little corner right over here,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
it yeah, we it's the same thing, and it's like you put it all together, and magic of recording, of being able
Yeah.
to make this gorgeous choir or do this, all of those things is incredible. I mean, I love that you listed off that you do so many different things, and that you have the a cappella and the musical theater and the
It's
wedding
all the
singer background.
foundation. That
Yes,
foundation's there.
me
Yeah.
too. Like that's my world too,
Oh,
and where I come
awesome.
from. Like, all of that's so important. Like you learn
Hmm.
collaboration, and you learn
Yeah.
how to sing with other people, which is like not everyone can do, not all soloists can do. And like I think
Yeah.
that's really fantastic. Do you have any advice for other people out there who are starting to collaborate with new artists, like, and like kind of starting out in the world of songwriting and collaboration?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I think it's really important to have expectations laid out at the from the get-go whenever you're going to work with a producer, or if you're going to collaborate with another artist. You have to decide, are we going to do royalty splits? Are we going to do an upfront fee, a commission? Like, how do you want to do that?
That's my favorite.
I usually charge a commission fee or a flat fee, plus royalties, or just 50-50 royalties, depending on who the producer is and how much of a following. But yeah, I think that's really important to make clear upfront. And also to make sure that you value your time, they value their time. You want to make sure that you're getting paid what you're worth. And I mean, a lot of that depends on your experience too. I feel I've had many years of experience in music, but the session singing, I've had about 5 years of experience now. And I would say when I first started off, I was not nearly as good at recording myself as I am now,
Yeah.
because you get really used to listening to yourself and listening to all those nuances, the breaths, everything, the pronunciation, every little thing counts. And I think the more session work you do, the better you get at training your ear. And that helps being in choirs and a cappella groups too. You learn pitch, you learn to train your ear doing those things as well. So yeah, I think having your expectations clear at the get-go, having a contract is really important, even if it's just like a small makeshift contract, just something that everyone knows what they're expected of, and what's expected of them is very important. And having your own unique creative voice. Jason Wan, he found me on one of those websites that has like many session vocalists on it, and that's great. But like, he's the only project I got from one of those websites, and I think it's important to stand out. So I don't really use those websites anymore, because I just want people to go directly to my website,
Absolutely.
which is magentasoulstar.com. That way they're not being distracted by hundreds of other singers, and they're able to see what I'm really about, because it's my own full website. So to new artists, I would recommend, you can get your feet wet, maybe try some of those sites that offer, many different producers coming at you, but they also are saturated. It's similar to like Etsy. Like when you list your art on Etsy, people are seeing like hundreds and thousands of other artists as well. They're not going directly to you. You want to send people directly to you, whether it's via your Instagram, social networking, word of mouth, people in person, etc. But in this one case, it connected me with Jason, so I'm really glad for that. But I don't like to be bombarded with like too many things at once. So I prefer to like get to know producers and work with like one-on-one at a time.
Yeah.
And that gives them the best quality, gives them the best of me as well. So I hope that answers the question.
Ah, oh my gosh, yeah, that's amazing. It's amazing advice, like things that you wouldn't
Yeah, you think
think of at
so?
all. So that's really awesome. Well, I
Thank
am
you.
so excited that you're going to be here on the FENIX platform with us. I'm going to put all of
Thanks.
your links, your website, your Instagram, everything
Oh,
under
wonderful.
so that anyone listening can find you and go directly to you like we're talking about.
For
And
sure.
yeah, FENIX is going to be another really great way for people to find you and your art,
Hmm.
and for you to find new collaborators. And
Wonderful.
I'm so excited you're going to be here, and I'm so excited to see what's next for you.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to, learning more about your app and what you provide, your services, etc.
Yeah,
But I'd like to hear your music as well. So make sure to send me a link.
I will.
All
I will. All right.
right.
Talk soon.
All
Have a
right.
good
Thanks,
night.
Emily.
Bye.
Bye-bye.